Super Videos, back for another sneak peek breakdown for an upcoming episode of The Walking Dead. This is my sneak peek breakdown for Season 10 Episode 12, which is called Walk With Us. Now we're going to look at two sneak peeks. One is from the opening minutes, which is basically the continuation of the scene from the cliffhanger of the last episode, where we had the Whispers burning down Hilltop. And the second sneak peek we're going to look at is between Aaron and Negan, which is a pretty awesome one. But before we get into it, one thing I do want to mention is that the first sneak peek, which is from the opening minutes, is almost 5 minutes long, which is awesome. But at the same time, it's concerning because there's a possibility that they could have given us most of the rest of the battle at Hilltop in this sneak peek. I hope that's not the case. I doubt it is, but if it is, that'll be super disappointing because we don't want to see it in a sneak peek. But like I said, it's almost 5 minutes and I didn't take a screenshot of every little scene, but I took screenshots of scenes where I wanted to talk about a little bit. But with that, let's jump right into it. So the opening minute sneak peek pretty much picks up exactly where we left off in the last episode with Hilltop burning to the ground. We have Carol using her bow and arrow to shoot down certain walkers. Now what I think Carol is doing is actually trying to pinpoint whispers amongst these walkers and trying to kill them. I don't know what she's trying to achieve. I mean, there's lots of walkers. Even if you do take down a few whispers, that's not going to help too much. But maybe she's trying to get the whispers that are trying to get in and she can pinpoint or something along those lines. In this specific shot, we can even see she's trying to focus to see where the whispers may be. And then she's just shooting down as many whispers as she can. And then we have this shot of walkers getting in who are burning themselves. And then we have this shot, which is Daryl killing the walkers with his mace weapon, Morningstar weapons, which are medieval type of weapons. And this obviously connects to the title of the previous episode. We have this shot of Rosita killing walkers. And if you pay attention, we do see the houses in the background burning to the ground. So it's not just the walls of Hilltop that are burning down. It's the entire community, like every building burning to the ground. The main building may even be burning to the ground. Now, obviously, it seems like they are following the comics, and if they do that, there will be a certain period of time where Hilltop will be burned to the ground and they will have to rebuild, and I do think that they're following that same arc. Then we have this shot where it seems like the survivors use this thing to throw stuff at the walkers to kill them. Not exactly sure what's in there, but maybe rocks, stones, things that are heavy, so when they're shot and they hit the walkers in the head, there's a good chance that they take them out, which is a pretty smart move. We have this shot of Alden and Earl, and then we have the survivors pulling ropes that are connected to the thing that we just looked at. We have this shot of Eugene killing walkers. We have this shot of Aaron, Rosita, and Luke killing walkers. This shot of Luke and Yumiko killing walkers. Then we have this shot, which I absolutely loved. So a whisper attacks one of the survivors. So during all of this chaos, it seems like there is going to be whispers who do get inside and they're going to attack. So that's going to be pretty cool to see. But then we have Kelly charging at that whisper and killing him or her. That's pretty awesome. So Kelly saves this survivor. We have Daryl here killing a walker and then a whisper behind him with a machete, and then Daryl turns around, hitting them in the head and killing them instantly, which is pretty awesome. We have this shot of the walkers piling up, and then someone says they're slowing down. So it seems like with the walkers piling up, they've been able to put a barricade between themselves and the walkers. So basically, in a way, they are slowing down the walkers because they can't get in through the barricade of pile of walkers as quickly. The houses burning down at Hilltop and then survivors running around. We have this shot of Lydia killing a walker, and then this shot of Gamma. She approaches Lydia and says, Lydia, you can't go back out there. You know what Alpha would want. So she's just trying to reiterate that Lydia is in danger if she gets out. Now, I was disappointed we didn't get a scene between Lydia and Gamma or Mary in the previous episode, so hopefully this is a sign that we will get more from those two in this next episode. And then Lydia answers Gamma by saying, I'll never walk with her, referring to Alpha and the Whispers. We have this shot of King Ezekiel trying to get the kids to safety. He says, stay with me, everybody. All right, it's going to be fine. And then he says, wait. Where is Judith? So Judith is not with them. Now, this obviously connects back to what Daryl told Judith in the previous episode, where he said, if King Ezekiel is looking for you during the fight, go with him, no matter what. whether I'm there or not. So this connects to that, which is pretty awesome. And then there's an explosion in the back, and King Ezekiel looks behind him to see what's going on. And then we have this pretty awesome shot of Judith killing some walkers, and then there's a whisperer who attacks her, and she ends up stabbing him, and the whisperer falls down, and as Judith goes to kill him, the whisperer says, "Wait, please." And then that's when Judith kind of stops and doesn't kill the whisperer. But the whisperer dies anyway because Judith stabbed him when he attacked her. And then right after that, Earl shows up, grabs Judith's weapon and says, "Okay, Judith, okay, kid, let's get to a safe place." We have this shot of Eugene killing some walkers, and then he looks up. He sees that one of the rooms in one of the big houses that they have at Hilltop is on fire. And of course, this is the room where Eugene keeps all of his radio equipment. And that leads Eugene to run to go get his stuff. He doesn't want it burned down, so he goes to grab it. Rosita shouts Eugene, trying to stop him, but Eugene ends up running towards the house anyway, and then Rosita kills some walkers and goes after him. We have this shot of the walkers piling up, like we talked about before. We do see Aaron there as well. And then this shot of the pile of walkers, and this pretty awesome shot of a big pile of walkers. There's a bit of an explosion and a wall comes down. Then we get this shot of Daryl. He screams, "Walls down, follow me," to see if there's any walkers who got in from the other side. We have this shot of Rosita, and the sneak peek ends with this shot of a walker coming through. And I think the one behind this walker is a whisper. But that's where the first sneak peek or the opening minute sneak peek ends. Lots of things were in there. And I love that it wasn't just survivors killing walkers. Like, there was a lot going on with whisperers getting in, Carol trying to take out the whisperers, and Eugene going after his radio with the building on fire and everything, and the thing with Lydia. So there's a lot of things going on in this 4-minute clip itself. So that's pretty awesome, and it gets me super excited. Again, I hope that there's more to it than just this. I hope that the entire rest of the battle is not just these 4 minutes, which I doubt it is, like I said. But that's pretty much it for the first sneak peek. Now moving on to the second sneak peek, which is of Aaron and Negan. Now this takes place the morning after the battle, because of course it's daylight. But we have Aaron, he notices someone running, and then boom, it's Negan with Lucille 2.0. Now there's blood on the bat, so Negan killed someone or a walker or something with that bat. So that's kind of interesting. And then Negan stops in his track, turns around, and then we have this pretty awesome shot of Aaron. He's surprised to see Negan, obviously. He takes out his sword, but Negan says, all right, hold on 1 second. Aaron continues doing what he's doing, taking out his sword and going after Negan. And then Negan says, I said, hold on. And then Aaron stops for a quick sec, and Negan says, don't go and do something stupid. Now this is a sign that Negan has a plan. I'm not going to get into what his plan could be because it could be a comic spoiler, but for comic readers, we know what his plan could be. Based on this alone, it seems like there's a bit more to it than what we initially thought, and maybe Negan is not a true whisperer. Aaron says the only stupid thing is for me not to kill you. There's a lot of truth to that. I mean, anyone else would probably have killed Negan by this point. But then Negan says, no, look, I can explain. So he has something to explain. That's another tease that there's more to Negan's plan than what they revealed initially. And then Aaron says, shut up. And we have some walkers approaching in the background. And then Negan says, Aaron, I am not. And that's when Aaron stops him and says, enough of your bullshit. And then he turns around, sees a walker approaching, looks down, and boom. This is Luke. He's injured. There's blood coming from his head. Now, I don't think that Negan has anything to do with him being injured or anything. He got injured at some point, maybe during the battle the night before. But it seems like Aaron was carrying him around, and then he had to stop for whatever reason. But obviously there's a walker approaching, and then there's walkers behind Negan. So Aaron is pretty much in a sticky situation. But in the background, Negan just looks at Aaron while the walkers approach. But Aaron is surprised. He turns around. He's angry at Negan at this point. Negan looks at Aaron and he has this sort of look where he's like, I tried to help you, or something along those lines. And then Negan runs away. He bounces, which is interesting. I mean, I thought that he was going to kill the walkers and then leave, but no, he just left. So It's going to be interesting to see how Aaron and Luke get out of that situation and whether Negan is truly gone now or whether he's going to come back and save them at some point. But that's pretty much it for these two sneak peek